You, my friends, will continue to be marginalized and taken advantage of. We must work together. We must get out of the mind state of I don't like. I've said this 3 consecutive weeks. I try not to say the same thing every week because if you say the same thing every week, people will start to tune you out. But in this case, we must start to play this game as a fist, not as a hand. A fist does far more damage than a hand, and it brings more power, right? Identify the times that you're in, and when you're in these good times, you as an individual, whether you be creative or inspiration, you could be a muse, you could be somebody's muse. You could be the reason people strive to be better. Encourage folks. Because look, how many times, it's one thing to, spew out that rhetoric. We built this place. We did this and we did. It's one thing to say that. But when you live it and you exude it from all your being, then at that point, it becomes a reality. Enough of saying what you have done. You need to start saying what you're about to do. You have to start saying that when people are using you as the primary source of anything and you're not benefiting from it, that means it's time for you to take a step back, circle the wagons, and then move forward. And that's the only way to win. Look, if you are shocked at the racism, I question you. Like, where the hell you been? If you're taken back by the racism, I'm wondering what world are you living in? But when you're looking at these things, what you have to do is stop being shocked, stop being traumatized, and realize, hey man, I'm in the midst of a fight. I already have a busted lip and a black eye, and I'm a little woozy. But at this point, this is when the bell is ringing, right? You go into your corner, and then you come out fighting. You should take it as an insult. Well, I take it as an insult when I hear a fight that we're in the midst of, and people go, and it's mostly white people out there fighting. Tell you why I'm insulted when I hear that. People go, see, they on our side. Nah. When you're in a fight, you only get respect when you win or lose. That's the thing, man. I'm not sure about the ladies that's listening to me, but I know this for sure with the men. And the men can identify with this more than likely more than the ladies. When you're a guy growing up, your closest friends are usually the people that you have an altercation with, and either y'all fight it out or they stand up to you. Just as a point of order, one of my friends just came into the chat room. He's one of my oldest and closest friends. Me and his relationship started because he cheated me out of something that means nothing. But it was angst there at first. I stood up to him, he stood up to me, and then a mutual respect was established. We've been friends ever since. White men in America have had fights with the Chinese. Now they respect them because the Chinese didn't fold. The Vietnamese recently, they didn't fold. The Koreans, they didn't fold. All throughout Europe, they either won or they didn't fold. Win, lose, or draw, they didn't fold. Sad to say, man, this only community ain't fought them. We fought side by side and won fights for them. But to me, it's the equivalent of the bully having you help him beat up another weakling. Yeah, I'm going to help the bully, and then the bully's going to treat me right. Nah, he's going to still be a bully. And I'm not asking people to take arms and go into the street and shoot up the street. No. But one thing I do understand is this. When you live in life, and to use another animal analogy, it's like this. When you live in, it's a couple kinds of dogs out there. It's your little cute, cuddly dog that do the frisbees and all that, and he friendly as hell. Then you got the little Chihuahua You ain't really scared of this Chihuahua. And them little, yap, 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 those little dogs, they always aggressive. You're not really scared of it, but you really don't want to be bothered. You've been and kicked them across the street, piss off everybody in your neighborhood. Oh, the dog, why did you do that? That dog. And you got a dog that you walking down the street like a pit bull. When I was young, scary dogs, we used to call them shit eaters. You might have a shit eating dog, shit eating pit bull, but you're going to still cross the street when you see a gate open and you walking down the block and the pit bull sitting on the porch, because you don't want it with that dog. And the last and most important dog is the guard dog or the junkyard dog. Nobody in their right mind is going to jump the fence and fight that junkyard dog or mess with the junkyard dog, because that dog is yap, 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 barking, 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 aggressive. He jumping up against the gate trying to get you. And it seems that people in my community, we have turned into the little yap, 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 yap dog. We got to get our junkyard dog pit bull status back, y'all. If we continue to let people in the streets fight our fight, we will always be looked upon as the little yap, yap, yap dog. And that's not who we are. You know, if you are not willing to do what you got to do and fight for what you really believe in, people are never going to respect you. And if I can give you examples, fought the Japanese in World War II, everybody got a Honda or a Toyota or something like that, right? You fought the Koreans, you got a Kia. People got those same white people drive those cars. Fought the Germans, everybody want a BMW, a Benz, or Audi. And those are what they want. You don't hear nobody exporting nothing from our continent, because they exploiting us as a diaspora. So if you keep allowing other people to fight your fights and not busting people in their mouths, either you can do it intellectually, you can do it financially, you can do it with your presence or lack thereof, but stop making excuses for people mistreating you. Because you wouldn't let nobody mistreat your mother, your grandmother, your sister, your niece, your son, your nephew. So why would you let somebody mistreat you? See, we don't have the wherewithal, the financial wherewithal, or the military wherewithal to go to war with America. But what we do have is the intestinal fortitude, because we've dealt with things for over 400 years. And we can tell people in America, you know what, man, I'll work for your company. But the moment something better come along, I'm out of here. See, we have to eliminate words like loyalty, unity, and things like that until people start coming to us. Because just like the dude who cheats on his significant other, he don't never act right until she get ready to pack and leave. Well, it's time for us to start packing. Metaphorically, we need to start laying down things in place. So as we create the foundation for our community, all we're dealing with people who think they're superior to us. Is the barter system. I'm buying goods from you. Now I'm going to go over here. You stay over there. Now, is everybody going to want to do this? Nope. Because it's people in our community, for one, they have a defeatist attitude and they know everything that's going to go wrong. So it's people that's listening to me right now saying that's not going to work. Fuck those people. Excuse me. I have my pastor and my friend, Reverend James Dye, listening. He understands. So I'm going to say excuse me to him and anybody else who I offend. Fuck those people. Then you got those people who think the dominant society's water is colder than ours. I'm not wasting one more second trying to convince them either. Fuck them too. But for the brothers and sisters who are listening, who are saying, I'm sick of this, man. In the words of the great Fannie Lou Hamer, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Me and you and other like-minded people can start off small and then end up great. If you doubt anything I'm saying, the Great Migration to Oklahoma started in 1905. By 1921, you had a section of Oklahoma great enough to be called, to be known as, to this day, as Black Wall Street, where they own a couple dozen grocery stores, couple dozen hotels, thousands of homes, and they had a financial district there that was their own. And if you can do that in the face of the tyranny, the racism, the Ku Klux Klan, and all kinds of Jim Crow laws that were set up in their faces, and those things allegedly are no longer there, there's no way in hell we can't do that today. Which leads me to another point. This is something that angers the hell out of me. I was talking to the homie today, homie Joe from Houston. I was talking to the homie Joe today about this, and it really annoyed the hell out of me, man. When I hear these young folks ripping and running on TV talking about, we not our ancestors. That annoys the hell out of me, man. Because what exactly does that mean? Oh, we not going to let you pick on us. We use different phraseology, man. We not going to accept it. You're not our ancestors. You don't want to know why? Because most of y'all ain't faced shit. Your keyboard tough guys, your videographers, and half our ancestors were educated. Our ancestors didn't walk around with their ass hanging out their pants. Our ancestors didn't think it was cool to be uncouth. Our ancestors had to live and try to get some form of happiness, knowing that any day some of these goddamn racehorses could jump out of the ground and legally lynch you and nothing happens. So you know what? You're not our ancestors. Which one of y'all is Dr. King, Medgar Evers? Which one of y'all are that? You know what? The people who are really doing the work, the Cameron Hunters of the world, the Mike Sons, the generals of the world, the Tamika Mallory's of the world, you don't hear them saying that stupid shit. We're not our ancestors. Like I said, that whole thing I just went over with the Black Wall Street thing. Here in Bronzeville, here in Chicago, Compton, before they threw that 405, Liberty City, Columbia, South Carolina. These places were established by those ancestors that you're just summarily dismissing. It's insulting, man. There's no way in hell you would stand your ass on the news and say, I'm not my grandmother. I'm not my grandfather. Because that's what you're really saying. You're calling your grandparents and my grandparents and our great-grandparents and our ancestors weak. If you don't understand what was going on 160 years ago, I'll take you back to this statue. It's a statue, the Lincoln Monument that everybody sees, the big statue of Lincoln sitting in the chair. That's not the first statue that was built to honor Abraham Lincoln. It is a park in D.C. called Lincoln Park. And in this park, it's the original statue that a lot of brothers and sisters paid for that put their money towards 10 years after Lincoln was assassinated. And Fredrick Douglas, to be exact, he spoke at the commencement of this damn statue. A couple thousand people there, brothers and sisters there, and they knew Abraham Lincoln wasn't up with the smoke with them. Fredrick Douglass even came out and said, hell, we know this dude is no good. He's not our guy. He's for the white guy. But they still paid for that statue, even though they were not allowed to determine what the statue looked like. But what they did was say, hey, what they said was, in essence, in the face of all you bigots, this dude is Joe Biden and the rest of y'all are Donald Trump. So we understand what it is. Now, if you don't, I know you were taught that Abraham Lincoln was the friend to the black folks. Biggest lie ever told. I say it again. Biggest lie ever told. Because when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation back in 1863, January 1863, the only people who were only Africans that he really freed, because they're not slaves. Slaves is not a determination. Slave is a job, damn near, force. Only a prisoner of war that he actually freed were the ones in Washington, D.C. And in that same bill, again, they don't teach you this in school. That same bill, you know what's in that bill? Up to $300 per